See on the line, double bye on the line. Is this kind of a sneak peek of postseason play a week early?
Obviously, we want to win the basketball game. And I think it's important if you have the opportunity to get a double bye. The world doesn't come to an end if you don't get a double bye. You know what I mean? The most important thing is that we got to continue to keep getting better and to try to prepare ourselves to have the right mindset going into every game. I think mentally we're in a good place. Our kids got good camaraderie, good chemistry. We're working very hard, and we don't always execute as well as I like for them to, and we're not as efficient as I'd like for them to be. But I think we're getting there. It's not because of lack of effort. I think we do have some inexperience issues, and we have some slippage because we throw a lot of things at our kids. But I think it only is going to, as the guys go through the season a little bit more, they don't make as many mistakes. And that's what I'm seeing happening now. They're a little more familiar with our concepts. They're a little more familiar with the pace that we want to play. It's not always easy. So I'm trying to focus on those. You know, you guys can talk about the double bye, and the NCAA, and where you ranked. The most important thing is that we continue to keep getting better. As we finish this season out, I think whatever's available for us we'll be able to take advantage of if we just keep getting better.
Without Justin Robinson, Virginia Tech has primarily played 6 players, but they've had so much success even with him out. What makes this team so dangerous and so good?
Well, I think you got to get your facts a little straighter. I've been watching films. I see more than 6 players playing. they got 8 pretty good ones, and a 9th one they can use if they want to. Their record speaks for themselves. They're nationally ranked. Some people have them ranked higher than us. So whatever they're doing, everybody respects. Different teams will have different systems. Some people play more players than others. I don't know whether that has any effect on the game. It could not. I know that they beat a very good Duke team the other night. That got my attention. I don't know how many players they played, but they must have been good enough to be successful. And we're preparing to play a team that I know is extremely dangerous, hungry, talented, and have been tremendously successful.
You say you like where this team is mentally. What changed? It feels like after that Boston College loss, when you guys just got on that run, what changed mentally?
I think we have the reputation of being an experienced team returning. And I see 5 players who didn't play on our team last year being heavily involved in our system and our rotation. So when you guys say that we are experienced, I'm factoring in those 5 new guys who were inexperienced, that were just getting accustomed to playing at this level. And I think that had a lot to do with where we were. You know, I think that we did have a disappointing loss against Duke, but that disappointment of the loss didn't cause us to go and miss wide open, uncontested jump shots. I just think that's part of the maturing factor that you have to get to. In other words, there's a mental and emotional component to growth and development within a team. And I think you have to be in a right mindset. You know, you got to be at a certain level of focus. And sometimes when you're inexperienced and you haven't been through it before, that's kind of a moving target. And I think that's where we were. And I think that those 2 losses, I thought it brought us closer together, created a more attention to detail. I thought that it really caused us to hold each other accountable a little more. It challenged our individual players on our team to play up to their abilities. And so sometimes when you go through periods like that, it can help you. And sometimes, coach, there's always saying that even though you don't want to lose, a loss could be helpful if it can help you grow and improve.
I remember sitting with you, I don't know, 3.5 years ago. Bacon and Beasley were freshmen, and I was at a scrimmage, and everybody wanted to talk about them. And you pointed to 14 to Terrence Mann and said, now watch out for him now. He's going to be a player. Has his career been what you thought it was going to be? Or can you even predict something like that 4 years out?
Well, I can go back farther than that. I remember being on the road I think it might have been Sacramento at an AAU tournament. And Coach Young brought me over to the court that Terrence was playing on and said, Coach, this guy here is going to be a good player. He's kind of under the radar. People don't realize it, but he's a smart, intelligent player. He's athletic, and he's going to get better and better. And so he recognized Terrence's potential way before a lot of other people. I trusted his judgment. But after having him on campus for a short period of time, I realized that he affected all phases of his game. He could play all 5 positions. He could play point guard if you needed him to. He made good decisions with the ball, good ball handler. He had good floor vision, athletic. He could rebound, defend. He's a natural basketball player. And, I dubbed him the stat stuffer when he was a freshman. He got steals, rebounds, tip-ins, hustle baskets. He's found a way to make all those plays that sometimes other guys don't see developing. So nothing he has done has surprised me. I was very impressed with him then. I'm even more impressed with him now.
And, you know, guys like Bacon and Beasley, they're flashy and they put up points and everybody notices, but aren't programs kind of built on the guys like Terrence Mann?
Well, there's no doubt that we've had players like him before, but Terrence is more of a complete player. Those areas of his game that he needs to improve on, he's spent hours and hours coaching him. He's a team player. He's a good locker room guy. You never have any academic issues with him, any social issues. He's a leader on and off the court. He's a guy that represents what the student athlete is supposed to be about. He does it on the court, he does it in the classroom, and socially he's at the top of his game.
Can you just talk about as a whole what makes this senior class special?
I think the relationships and the respect they have for each other is different than what I've seen in a lot of places. They legitimately contribute for each other. They're close enough where they can call each other out, and that's a challenge on any program. No one wants to be uncomfortable. No one wants to be hot. No one wants to be cold. No one wants to be hungry. And no one wants to feel that they're being criticized. And so, but they can criticize each other. That's what we call call-outs. They don't mind. We practice having call-outs. And these guys are like brothers. You know, sometimes in families, you have little spats here and there, but brothers always have that love and respect for one another that they can argue, they can challenge each other, but they don't allow anyone else on the outside to challenge them. This is what this bunch has been like. They're very protective of the Seminole brand and the culture that we're trying to develop. They have a healthy respect for who they are, and they respect our program and what we're doing. And they've been great examples for the younger players we have on our team to follow. And that's developing a culture that's passed down from team to team.